Hello, welcome back to my channel. I go by the pen name of Cindy What If. I share with you what I discovered on my journey of overcoming chronic fatigue. For those of you who don't know me, I used to have many food allergies, and today I want to share with you exactly to the extent of how allergic I was to some foods, for you to understand that when I implemented what I learned about DISH, those allergies and reactions to the food have gone away. And so stick around. I am not a health professional. I'm just sharing my journey in hopes of helping someone else to not feel alone in their journey. And I'm also sharing with you what I've discovered on my journey, which I have labeled DISH, Defensive Individual Shield Hypothesis. And I think this DISH contributes to food allergies as well as many other health challenges. Okay, for some reason, this video, I think I've started it 20, 30 times now. I don't know how to share what I want to share, but I don't want to drop the topic either, because it's about the frustrations behind food allergies. And who would have thought that recording frustrations about food allergies would be so frustrating? But it is to me, because it is such a big category and it's so broad. You have inflammation foods. You have food that you may have an allergic reaction to, or you may have food sensitivities. And there's a whole gamut of different levels of reacting to food. What do? I mean, are you stuck? I mean, I felt stuck. Because the healthier I got, the more allergic to the foods I became, and the more I reacted to the food. And I know that some people say that, yes, if you're having reactions to food, you have a parasite problem. I understand that. We understood that. My naturopath doctor and I, and my homeopath doctor and I, were working together trying to get rid of the parasites. We tried for 3 years and nothing was happening. And so, do you stay stuck? I mean, what do you do? And so that's where I was at. And in the background this whole time, trying to understand and figure out what changed. Why am I so sensitive now? And what can I do about it? And studying this for 5 years, and then I had my aha moment about DISH, and DISH stands for Defensive Individual Shield Hypothesis. And when I had my aha moment and started manipulating my environment based on what I learned about DISH, I was able to eventually get over all my food allergies, including a peanut allergy that I didn't used to have. Then I had for over a year, and then I was able to remove using my DISH principles. If you're like me, what you do is when you find out what food you need to avoid, you don't eat that food anymore. What happened is it started every time I stopped a food, my immune system would get stronger, and then it would react to the next food. And so I was getting a list on a daily basis, just growing and growing, of different things I could not eat. And they were basic food too. It was like I could eat broccoli, I could eat cauliflower, but I couldn't eat broccoli and cauliflower together. Why? And I could eat avocados one day, and then all of a sudden, a week later, I'm allergic to avocados, and I can't eat avocados anymore without, getting the rash in my mouth and my throat swelling. And so it's like, what is going on? Why is my immune system flipping out on me? And it got to the point, though, that because the food allergies were stacking up so quickly that because at the time I had small children at home with me, that I wouldn't eat if I didn't have an adult present. Because I would be fine one day, and then I would have a sudden out of the blue reaction the next day. And it's frustrating. And I'm not there anymore. And I think that it's because of what I discovered with DISH. And I made a blog post about how I ate with many food allergies and how I just systematically did that on a regular basis to where I think I eliminated almost all my food allergies. And I still avoided the chronic inflammation foods as well for an additional 3 years. But now I don't need to avoid any of them. But see, here's the thing. It's at one point I was not allergic to this food. Then my body saw it as an enemy, and now I am allergic to it. What is happening there? On my next video, I'll share with you a list of stuff that I believe is that is common knowledge of what they think is going on, and how if we sift through that, we can see that it points to dish being a missing piece that might explain all these allergies. So I guess the point is, if you're feeling stuck with having so many food allergies and what you're doing is not helping, maybe consider looking at this dish mini course I made and to see food allergies from a whole other different perspective, and not as medical advice, but just as questions and possibilities of what we might be missing, is why the methods that were supposed to work to help me to get better didn't work until I included dish, and then I was able to get over my food allergies.